Hi, this is Odyssey Travels, and I am Cherise. My fellow travelers, come with me to where I grew up. Our trip from Georgia to Maryland was around an 8-hour drive. It's a straight shot, so it's a pretty easy drive. We left early morning and experienced little traffic. The weather was perfect. Say hi to our baby girl Callie stretching her legs with us at the rest stop in Virginia. We aren't far from my family's home from here. While staying in Maryland, we plan to tour my birthplace, Washington, D.C., which is a unique federal district rather than the official state, named in part after our first president. A few interesting facts about our nation's capital. First, in Washington, D.C., you won't find any towering skyscrapers. This city has low skylines due to the Height of Buildings Act of 1910, which prevents buildings from being taller than the width of the street they are on, plus 20 feet, generally keeping the buildings no taller than 130 feet. Second, the reality is D.C. gets a lot of rain. Believe it or not, this city actually averages around 39 inches of rainfall annually, which is more rain per year than Seattle. Finally, DC Metro is the second busiest in the US after the subway in NYC. Take a peek at the beautiful cherry blossoms at my family's home. This was a treat since we just missed the cherry blossoms in a tidal basin in Washington, D.C. Did you know that the beautiful iconic cherry blossom trees surrounding the tidal basin were gifted to the city in 1912 by the mayor of Tokyo? First stop, America's Front Yard. The National Mall is a sprawling 309-acre park. From the U.S. Capitol to the Lincoln Memorial, it stretches nearly 2 miles, acting as the ultimate stage for historic protests, presidential inaugurations, and national celebrations. Some quirky facts. Despite being called a mall, it gets its name from Pall Mall, a 17th century croquet-like game and European public gathering spaces. Also, it used to be a railroad and pasture. So in the 19th century, before the sweeping open lawns were established, the mall was a hodgepodge featuring cows grazing on the grass, actual railroad tracks, and a canal. Say hi to our SUV, Maryland, who got us from Georgia to Maryland safely. Here is the National Gallery of Art, which is celebrating the United States' 250th anniversary with its America's 250th initiative. Now, mind you, this was in the month of April, so there was a lot of that type of paraphernalia up throughout DC. Across the street is the National Archives and Records Administration building, which we visited on a later day. Next up, the Lincoln Memorial. Walking to the memorial, we passed the huge statues that were gifts from Italy after World War II. One is the Arts of Peace, which combines aspiration, literature, music, and harvest. And the other statue is the Arts of War, grouping valor and sacrifice. The Lincoln Memorial is a neoclassical temple honoring the 16th U.S. president located on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Of course, it's open to the public 24/7. It features a 19-foot marble statue, 36 columns for the 36 states in the Union at the time of Abraham Lincoln's death, and a massive undercroft hiding a cave-like basement. This memorial was designed by New York architect Henry Bacon, who modeled the neoclassical structure after the Pantheon in ancient Greece. Visitors climb 87 steps from the edge of the reflecting pool up to the memorial chamber, which is 77, a nod to the 87 years referenced in his famous Gettysburg Address. As I mentioned before, there is a hidden undercroft. Because the memorial is built on reclaimed tidal flats from the Potomac River, it sits on 122 gigantic concrete pillars. Beneath the building hides a massive 3-story basement known as the Undercroft. This pitch-black, cave-like area features stacked lights hanging from the ceiling and original cartoon graffiti drawn by construction workers from the early 1920s. It definitely stands out, so the reflecting pool was under maintenance, just FYI. A quick look at a flagpole representing all branches of the military. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. features 2 black granite walls inscribed with more than 58,000 names. Conceived by a 21-year-old college student, the memorial is famously organized chronologically by date of casualty rather than alphabetically, allowing veterans who fought and died together to remain together on the wall. Standing near the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall is the 3 servicemen statue depicting 3 diverse American soldiers: Caucasian American, African American, and Hispanic American, in a touching, realistic style to represent the experience of Vietnam veterans. Not far from the 3 servicemen statue is the Vietnam Women's Memorial on the National Mall. It honors the 265,000 military and civilian women who served globally during the conflict. Dedicated in 1993, it remains the only memorial on the National Mall exclusively dedicated to women who served in the United States military. I'm not gonna lie, the public restroom didn't smell the greatest, but otherwise okay to use if you can manage your olfactory sense. Here we're at the World War II Memorial, located on the National Mall as well, which honors the 16 million Americans who served in the armed forces, the 405,399 who died, and the millions on the home front. Opened in 2004, it stands centrally between the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial. Here, we enter through the Victory Pavilion, which features a bronze eagle holding a laurel wreath. As for the pillars, there are 56 granite pillars, 17 feet tall, that surround the Memorial Plaza. They represent the 48 U.S. states of 1945, the District of Columbia, the territories of Alaska and Hawaii, and U.S. territories including the Philippines, Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. The Freedom Wall is located on the west side of the memorial. This wall features exactly 4,048 sculpted gold stars. Each star represents 100 American lives lost during the war, symbolizing the supreme sacrifice of over 400,000 Americans. If you are interested in a deeply symbolic tribute, then you must visit the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in Washington, D.C. Spanning 4 acres in West Potomac Park, it features the 30-foot Stone of Hope and is the first memorial on the National Mall dedicated to an African American and a non-president. The memorial's location is 1964 Independence Avenue Southwest, a deliberate nod to the landmark Civil Rights Act of 1964. The statue of Dr. King is physically positioned to face the Jefferson Memorial across the tidal basin, creating a direct visual dialogue between the two historical figures. A few interesting facts. None of the 14 quotes engraved on the anchored inscription wall are from Dr. King's famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Instead, the wall highlights excerpts from 14 of his other memorable sermons, books, and speeches. Also, the monumental effort to establish this memorial was initiated in the 1980s by Alpha Phi Alpha, the historically black fraternity to which Dr. King belonged. We had to see the Jefferson Memorial next. The architecture is breathtaking and again reminds us of the Pantheon in Rome. Dedicated in 1943, the neoclassical Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. honors the third U.S. president. It sits on the south shore of the tidal basin and is heavily inspired by Jefferson's architectural passion. As it turns out, architect John Russell Pope designed the memorial to mimic the Pantheon in Rome. I never really paid attention to the similar structures in DC until we actually visited the Pantheon in Rome itself. The memorial also features exactly 26 columns, which represent the number of U.S. states in the Union when Jefferson died in 1826. There once was a fake statue. Due to the World War II metal rationing, the 19-foot statue inside was initially made of plaster painted to look like bronze. The 10,000-pound bronze statue that we see today was finally installed in 1947. A few things to look for. The sculptor hid subtle homages to Jefferson's love of agriculture and science behind the central statue, including a stack of books, tobacco leaves, and ears of corn. Also, above the entrance, you can see a pediment depicting the 5 men who drafted the Declaration of Independence, including Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Roger Sherman, and Robert Livingston. Loved seeing the TikTokers doing their thing out on the memorial. A few tips. The memorial offers one of the absolute best uninterrupted views of the White House across the tidal basin. And it is also famously one of the most scenic spots in the Capitol during the spring, especially when the Japanese cherry blossoms bloom. Next up, my favorite, the U.S. Capitol, which is a massive building. It has 540 rooms, a nearly 9 million pound iron dome, and a hidden whispering gallery in the statuary hall where you can hear a whisper from across the room. Just beneath the Capitol Rotunda is an empty crypt which was originally built to hold the remains of George Washington, but he requested to be buried at his home in the Mount Vernon estate. A few fascinating facts. Did you know that the U.S. Capitol was designed by a doctor? The original designer, Dr. William Thornton, was a physician with no formal architectural training. Did you also know that the U.S. Capitol was saved by a rainstorm? During the War of 1812, British troops invaded Washington, D.C. and set fire to the Capitol. Fortunately, a sudden torrential rainstorm rolled in that same evening. extinguishing the flames and preventing the building's total destruction. Finally, I found out there were bathtubs in the Capitol building. During the 1800s, running water wasn't a thing, so to keep the senators from being too smelly, there were bathtubs filled with water for each and every senator. At present, there are 5 on display, and the rest were auctioned off. Get a peek at the White House. It was the largest house in the United States until after the Civil War. Commissioned in 1792, it is the only private residence of a head of state open to the public for free. We weren't able to visit the famous Ben Chili's Bowl because it was closed, but you can look forward to our visit there in DC Part 2. Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. is a National Historic Site most famous as the location where President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated on April 14, 1865. Across the street is the Peterson House, which is a historic 1849 row house in Washington, D.C. It is best known as the site where President Abraham Lincoln died on April 15, 1865, hours after being shot across the street at Ford's Theater. Today, it serves as a preserved museum managed by the National Park Service. Just think, we were standing in the middle of a crime scene. Officially named the Dwight D. Eisenhower Executive Office Building, also known as the EEOB, this building has a vast history. But the one piece of history I am thankful for is my parents met here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been born. What do you think of our visit to Washington, D.C.? Please comment. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. See you on the next adventure.